Welcome back, dear students. In previous video, I gave introduction to QUCS, namely Quite Universal Circuit Simulator, and discussed how to simulate a simple DC circuit. Whereas, in this video, I am going to discuss simulation of DC circuits having dependent sources. Basically, there are four types of dependent sources. These are the symbols used in QUCS. The first one is voltage dependent voltage source, which is also called as voltage controlled voltage source. Second is voltage dependent current source, also called as voltage controlled current source. Third one is current dependent voltage source or current controlled voltage source. And lastly, current dependent current source or also called as current controlled current source. Here, if we consider first one, voltage dependent voltage source. Basically, this is a voltage source, but the value of this voltage source depends upon the voltage across some elements in a network. Whatever the voltage will be there across that element, that will going to affect the value of this voltage source. Similarly, if we consider for example fourth one, current controlled or current dependent current source, this is basically a current source, but the value of this current source depends upon the current that is flowing through some element in a network. If we want to discuss simulation of DC circuits with a dependent voltage source, let us take one example. Here there is a one circuit. This circuit I have discussed in a mesh analysis. You can go back and see the discussion or theoretical discussion of this particular circuit, where we calculated a power being dissipated in 2 ohm resistor. Now, using mesh or node analysis, you will get IA is equal to, which is a current flowing through a 5 ohm resistor. It was equal to 6.5833 ampere. Voltage across 2 ohm resistor is 20.5 volts and power dissipated by 2 ohm resistor is 210.125 watts. These are the theoretical values. Let us try to simulate this circuit using QUCS and obtain these parameters. Let's start. This is a working area of a QUCS. If you have not watched previous video, I request you kindly watch the previous video and later proceed with this. Now initially I am going to create a new project, and name of the project I will give it as a DC circuit. Here we can create a circuit, and for our reference, let us see the circuit. This is the circuit we need to simulate. In today's video, I am going to show two methods to connect a given circuit. As per the circuit, let us start the connection. Go to components. Now this is the resistor. We can place here, and value of this resistor is, as per the circuit, it is 5 ohm. Now there is another resistor here, one more resistor, and the third resistor is vertical. To rotate a resistor, you should right click. Every time you will right click, the resistor will be rotated. Now this is the resistor. Okay. Value of this resistor is 2 ohm and value of this resistor is 3 ohm and this value is 4 ohm. Now there is one voltage source. Let us go to components and sources. There is a DC voltage source. Let me place it here. And there are two current sources, DC current source. One is this. Let me rotate by clicking right click. Rotate it. Yes. There is one current source here and another current source is here. This is the next current source. Now we require a one dependent source, which is a voltage source, but it is a current dependent voltage source or current controlled voltage source. If we see here, these are the symbols for dependent sources. This is voltage controlled current source, this is current controlled current source, and this is voltage controlled voltage source, and this is lastly current controlled voltage source. We require a current controlled voltage source. Let us take this symbol and place it here. Let's see how to connect these elements. So simple thing, I'll use a wire and connect the circuit, connect these elements as per the given circuit. You can proceed further and connect the all elements. Later I'll show you how to connect this particular voltage source. To connect this voltage source, dependent voltage source, these two terminals are the input to this voltage source. So basically this is a current controlled voltage source. So the current flowing through a 5 ohm resistor, which is IA, as shown in this figure, below figure, that current should flow through this. For that purpose, what I do, first I am going to disconnect this particular wire. So just click on that and delete, it will be disconnected, and take a wire and make it open circuit like this, and say here, say this is a open circuited, and now say these two terminals should be connected. So one terminal, this is a input, say here the current should enter, it should be connected here, and this terminal should be connected here. You can use a wire and connect it. Otherwise, there is another method. What I do, instead of connecting directly, I'll just extend this wire here and say little bit this wire like this, and now I'm going to label these two wires. So just double click on this to label, otherwise use this wire label and label it. This I call it as a IA1, means this end should be connected to a incoming current. So this should be connected to the other end, IA2, and name it as IA2. So this is the current IA flowing through this. So the meaning of this is this terminal IA1 should be connected here, and because of this I'll name it as IA1, and this particular terminal should be connected, so which is IA2 should be connected here. So now, so the current will flow through this particular branch because IA1 is here and IA2 is here. Based on that, so the voltage here will be set, it is 6 times IA. Because of that, this G, whatever the gain is there, let us make it 6. Now say, take a wire and connect the voltage source, one point here and another point to a common, and this common point, let me connect it to a ground. So let us cross check, dear students, before we proceed further. This is 5 ohm and this is a current IA. This is 2 ohm resistor. This is 4 ampere current source. This is 3 ohm resistor. Here it's a 4 ohm resistor, 5 ampere current source, and this is a 6 IA, and this is 60 volts. And to go for a DC simulation, go to components and click on simulations, and here pick DC simulation and place it here. Now save this and I'll give a name as DC circuit. So now to simulate this, first go to simulation and calculate a DC bias. Here we can see, dear students, the values have been calculated. The voltage at this point is, if we see 5 ohm resistor, the voltage at this point is 60, whereas voltage at this point is 27.0833. If at all we want to get a voltage across 5 ohm resistor, we can subtract 60 minus 27.0833. This is a current source. So even here we can see at this point it is 39.5 volts and at this point it is 22 volts. Our intention here is to find IA, to verify IA and voltage across 2 ohm resistor, and finally the power dissipated by 2 ohm resistor. So to see IA, what I do, so I'll go to probes and pick a current meter and place it here, so that we can see how much current will flow. So here, so once again go to simulations and calculate DC bias. Here we can see this current is 6.833 ampere as obtained in theoretical. Now voltage across this, say it is 60 volts minus 39.5. If we subtract 60 minus 39.5, otherwise we can use directly probes to calculate that. So one way is subtract 39.5 this voltage from the 60 volts, we will get the voltage across 2 ohm resistor, or else we can connect a probe. Go to components and probe. So I'll connect a voltage probe here, so that it will show the voltage directly. This positive terminal here, and this negative terminal here. So this PR2 I'll show you. Say just go to simulation and simulate. Say in a tabular column we can list all. Say what we want. Say we want PR2. We want, say for example, if we want to see PR2, so just apply, click on apply, OK, and its value is 20.5. Now dear students, to calculate the power, go to insert, click on insert equation. Otherwise this particular icon is here itself. You can click from here and say insert equation. What we require here is this equation, will edit it, then say OK, and let us simulate again. And here if we click, say let me add P also to this. Say here we can see, dear students, it is 210 volts, but if at all we want to get a fractional also, we can get it. Double click on it and select the parameter, and here this precision you need to change it. So let me change it to a precision 6, then apply, OK. Here we can see the power is 210.125 watts. Hope this is clear to all of you, dear students. Now I am going to show you how to simulate one more circuit having, say, both two dependent sources, one dependent current source and another one is dependent voltage source. This is a second circuit which we simulated today, where it has two dependent sources, one voltage dependent voltage source, another one current dependent current source. If we see this is a voltage source, but the value of this voltage source depends upon the, say, V0. So V0 is a voltage across 10 kilo ohm resistor, and this particular current source, its value depends upon the current flowing through this 2 kilo ohm resistor. So basically this is a hybrid equivalent model of a transistor. So I don't go through, say, what this circuit is, but say we want to simulate this circuit, and say we want to find a V0, which is a output voltage for this circuit. Here, say if we apply node or mesh analysis, we'll get a V0 is equal to minus 50 volts theoretically. let us see how do we obtain same thing using simulator. Let's start. I'll use a new sheet to simulate this, and below we can see a circuit that should be connected. And dear students, as I told, I'm going to discuss two ways of circuit connection. One way is to pick all the components and connect it as I shown in a previous circuit, and another one is as per the layout. First we are going to connect the wires and later we'll place the components. So I'll show you that. So as per the circuit layout, first let us connect the wires, like from here to here. Say here, say 2 kilo ohm resistor is there, and here we have a 1 voltage source, and here, so this is the input side of the circuit. So I'll connect this as per the layout of the circuit. Now dear students, I have connected the layout of the circuit. Now I am going to just place a components here. Go to components and lumped components. Here say I require a resistor, pick it and place it here. It will be connected. And but say value of this resistor is 2K. Dear students, observe that here K is small letter. It's not capital letter. The capital letter stands for degree Kelvin. Okay, so this is K, which stands for kilo, and say there is another resistor here. Just rotate it and place, and value of this resistor is 40 kilo ohm. This is 40K, and one more resistor is here. Rotate and place, and its value is 10 kilo ohm. And say here there is a one DC source. Let us go to components and sources. Say there is a DC source here whose value is 0.3 volts. We need to connect one voltage dependent voltage source here. Say this is voltage controlled current source, here voltage controlled voltage source. This is voltage controlled voltage source. Take this and let me connect it like this. And say we require current controlled current source. This is current controlled current source. Let us take this and place it here. So this is second method of connecting the circuit, because we need to connect these input terminals of both dependent sources. I'll extend the input terminals using wire so that I can label them. So first you extend it and later either you can connect or you can just label the wires properly. So after extending, say for example, this here, the value of this particular voltage source is, say it is 004 V0. So because of that, this G should be equal to 0.004 and it should be connected here. So I'll name this, it is V0 or V0, and this V0 should be labeled here. Say the label is V0 here. Because other terminal is connected to ground, I cannot label it. If we try to label, ground potential cannot be labeled. For that purpose, I'll take a ground and connect it here. The value of this current source is 25I. Say I'll just make it 25 and I should be labeled here. Say what I do, so I'll disconnect this so that here I should connect a I. These two terminals of this circuit should be labeled. So this, just double click on this. I call this as a I1 and this terminal as I2. And now say this should be connected to, this particular terminal should be connected to I1 and this particular terminal should be connected to I2. So dear students, this is a connection. After connecting this, we can save this and now go to simulations. Pick DC simulation and place it here because we are going to do a DC simulation. Now go to simulation and calculate DC bias. So this is a DC bias. We are interested to find the V0. Here itself you can see, dear students, the V0 value is 50 volts. Even say you can go to simulation and click on simulate and take this tabular column and place. We are interested to see V0 value. Just click on OK. So this is 50 volts. Okay. Say that to minus 50 volts, which will match with the theoretical value. Okay. So in today's video, we have seen a simulation of DC circuits containing dependent sources. Basically, we have seen how to connect these dependent sources. In next video, I'm going to show you simulation of rectifier circuits. So, namely half-wave rectifier and full-wave rectifier with and without C filter. With this, let us stop today and continue in next video. Thank you. Thank you for watching.